So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. On this fine and sunny day.
It isn't it?
Even if it is a bit cold. So how are we today?
Not bad.
Right,
I've got a bit of a cold, but I think I'm getting that from you.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
What would you like to do today?
Position in the road.
Okay. So how would you like to practice that?
General driving, maybe a test route-ish type.
Okay. Do you want to go back to the places that you went over before, or are you not bothered?
Well, I know now what I've done wrong. I can do wherever, but I know if we go round roundabouts where I think I'm going to get, yeah.
Okay.
Is it roundabouts? What else is there? What did you notice that I need?
Well, it's an interesting one because Paul's marked down what he's marked down, and it's perhaps taking it's not that I disagree with him as such. It's just if you look at where these things happened,
yeah,
there wasn't actual danger. There wasn't anybody around you, so there's a debate to be had as to whether that would be marked as a serious or a minor.
right.
Paul's marked it as how he's marked it. He's given us his honest opinion. I'm really grateful for it, and it has flagged up some stuff that we can think about and have a look at.
Yeah. Well, that's it, didn't it? Well, that's what I wanted to do.
Of course. But the way that I look at your driving is probably a slightly different way because I watch you make decisions and you're basing it on what you see around you. So whilst you may have been perhaps slightly over towards the middle in that roundabout, you've done that because there wasn't anybody about. So you've made that decision. Whereas if you think, oh, you must be in this lane all the way through. So it's whilst I don't want to disagree with Paul because he's a good lad and he knows what he's doing. There's a discussion that we're having currently as to how hard examiners mark,
Right.
and what they mark and when they mark it. But that's a whole different issue. So what we can do is just have a general drive about and just see what comes up. Perhaps head over to the same area. We don't have to.
So we don't have to do. I don't think we don't have to do anything with regards to manoeuvres because I think I'm all right at that. I really feel confident in manoeuvres.
Very good. We're on your agenda now. Well, we always have been.
So all I want to do really is general driving, but whenever I come to somewhere where I do need to be in a different lane, I'll probably do it. But if I, just maybe remind me, I don't know.
Well, should we just do it and see what it brings up?
Yeah.
And then discuss it as and when if we need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the key thing, of course, is that this is part of the problem with mock tests. Mock tests are great because they give you a snapshot and you can think, well, okay.
They can say that was my first one and I failed first, but the second, yeah.
So, but it also, and I'll be guided by you on this, it gives you things to worry about, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So from that end of it, it's maybe not so useful.
Yeah.
But it's easy to say afterwards, isn't it?
No, I think it was useful because now I know what to expect.
Okay. Yeah, you've experienced it, which is good. But it's very easy to get bogged down and thinking, oh no, I need to work on this or I need to work on that. Well, should we just have a drive about and see what the day brings?
Yes.
And I'll try not to share any more germs with you.
It's just been constant for you though, isn't it?
I'm fed up with it now. I'll just give the 70 sunglasses a quick clean. Oh, that's because they're watching, isn't it?
I don't like this.
Well, they're laughing with you.
It's because they're watching. This is what happens. I've got wheels like that one.
Poor parking.
Is that what it is?
It is. So if we head down towards the cobbler?
Yeah. And do you know what as well, Bob? It's indicators on this car. I think I need to... Do you know what I mean? Because did you not see it on my map test? I know I sorted it out.
I heard you say it, but I wasn't sure what it was you were on about.
Oh, it's just, honestly,
So what do you think you need to sort out with the indicators?
I need to get used to it, I think.
Okay.
But I don't, because I did sort it out. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's the key thing, isn't it?
That's what I need to work on, my mirrors.
Right.
Do I?
Well, it's something you can have in your mind and see how you feel at the end. I don't have a problem with the way you drive or the way you interact with other road users. And for me, that's the acid test. You know, are you adapting to the situations you find yourself in? And are you aware of what's behind you at all times, do you reckon?
Yeah. As well, going round Airedale, I've always got to look at my speedo because it's like 20 mile an hour.
That's right. You managed.
I didn't speed, but I don't know whether I were looking at my speedo a bit too much, but it's just a glance, isn't it, anyway?
It is. Quite right.
Oh, the indicator. A new one. Thank you.
Yeah, you've got priority, but you don't always know that you're going to get it, do you?
How come he didn't take me on dual carriageway?
Well, you don't always. We'll go right at the end of the road. Technically, there's no such thing as test routes anymore. They've stopped publishing them and stuff, but they do tend to use the same areas that they've always used.
No, I can't go now with that police van there. It's coming too fast.
He is.
And so is he. Did you say?
What would you
We've
say?
slowed down now a little bit. I would say we're going too fast.
Yeah.
Easy.
Would it have been safe for you to pull out?
No.
Then you made the right decision. So that's the key consideration, really, when what we're looking at is, we sorted it though, is, are you safe? You know, are you fit to be let loose on the road? That's what we're looking at, really. ferry bridge.
You will overtake him.
He was, quite right. You were ready for him though. Did you check your mirrors there?
What?
When that happened?
In behind?
No, the guy that was thinking of overtaking.
No. Did I?
I think you did. Well, you were aware of what was behind you when you were in that situation. That's the key thing.
I didn't slow down. Just more aware of him. Silly people. I don't know.
Well, your foot was off the gas at that point, wasn't it? You were ready for him. So we follow the signs towards Ferry Bridge. So that's a similar situation to the one we talked about before. You've gone from that lane to that lane. You didn't check over this way.
What?
No, I sort of felt, what? Did you feel you needed to check over your shoulder?
What, that way? No.
Why not?
Because there were no cars there. What?
There you go.
Do I have to?
How did you know there was no cars there?
Because I looked.
Because I looked, yeah. Now, it's a habit I've got into. Check it over that way, because I'm a motorcyclist. And if I don't check over my shoulder, people might try and kill me. So it's a habit I've developed. But in that circumstance there, did you need to check over your shoulder? Could anybody get into that blind spot?
In that blind spot?
What do you do?
I don't know, Bob. I don't think so.
You'd have seen them, wouldn't you?
I've got
Because
to
as you were
remember.
going up to it.
Always got to remember. Mirrors and everything.
Don't get a thing about it.
You what?
Don't get a thing about it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's very easy to start thinking, I've got to do this, or I mustn't do that. And again, it just gets in the way. And now follow the signs to Castleford, please. Well, straight out. Doesn't happen very often here, does it?
No.
See, I like the shoulder check there to change that left-hand lane is not necessary because you've been able to see that road from a fair way back. So there's nothing really to be gained. The only place somebody could have come from was maybe behind you and cut in on the left. But was there anybody behind you? How did you know?
I'll check you.
Because I looked. So it's well, you'll probably have noticed we're getting questions about it on the YouTube channel. People are saying, "Oh, what about this?" And sometimes my learners don't do this every time. I used to subscribe to the same view that I got everybody to follow all these routines, and if you follow the routine, you're all right. But what happens is, if you learn to do it that way, when you've passed your test, those routines slide away. Whereas if you worked out your own way of doing things because you thought it was a good idea, that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't check your left shoulder there because you didn't feel the need. Because you knew you were safe not to. So it's a different thing from just thinking, well, okay, you could mark that as a fault, but is it? I don't think examiners are as fault obsessed as instructors are.
But I don't think I did that bad. Even when minors.
It's a good solid drive, yeah. I mean, what I said to you afterwards, how many boxes do you think I marked? And there's not that many. The vast majority of what you did was great. ask you a question there. You used a lot more mirror work then. Why?
Because I knew I had about 4 cars behind me and they were creeping up on me a lot.
That's what I thought.
And at the end of the day, I've got to check him. When I'm slowing down, I want to make sure he's slowing down as well.
Yeah. So when you looked in the mirror the first time, if there'd been no cars there, how many times would you have checked?
I'd have still checked as many, just to check if they were there. They come from everywhere.
Like that. Well done.
I didn't have to brake anyway, did I? She got out quite quick.
That's not so bad if they get on with it.
That'd have been a tragedy if you'd have stalled and then I'd have had to slam on. You know, at middle of the road.
Yeah, but you're ready for it. Oh, and turn right at the traffic lights, please. And once we're on the new road, we'll take the first road on the left. Episode on one of Bobby Joe's lessons here. We were coming out of this junction here.
It can't, you just like, because it clearly it's on YouTube.
Yeah, we were coming out of the junction here, and she was just about to go, and I ended up jumping on the brake. There was a guy coming this way, had to be doing at least 60 miles an hour.
Jesus.
Slow 20 feels, isn't it?
Well, I'm holding everybody up, but I'm doing the limit, so...
Correct. At the end of the road, turn left, please.
How many cars are behind me? About 6 cars.
Interesting stat with 20 miles an hour. You know, most of this, in the little areas, the speed limit's 30. If you hit a child, there you go. If you hit a child at 30, 50% of them survive. a child at 20, 90% survive. Give it at 40, 90% die.
That's mad.
It's scary, isn't it?
So if I did fail my test, just what I've done now, would I fail?
Did you sort it out?
Yeah.
Have you inconvenienced anybody?
No.
You're alright then.
God, it's amazing. You think about, I'm clearly doing limit and that, and
look
there's
at the queue
about
behind us.
10 cars behind us.
Nobody wants to travel at
Would
this
they all not go the same speed limit as me, like, because they should all be evenly spaced, shouldn't they?
No, they wouldn't, no. They'd be flying. When we get to the roundabout, but at the bottom of the road, turn left, please. Yeah, not many people travel at the speed limit. Learn
And
to
you know,
drive
the
this.
independent driving, it's not very independent, is it? Follow the signs to Castleford. Well, maybe I want to go to Nottingham. Do you know what I mean? It's not very independent. Do you know what I mean?
We'll go left to the red one, so do you think it would be better if they said, just
Choose
drive where you feel
wherever
like
you want to go.
for the next-
Alright, I'll go home.
Fascinating. For the next 10 minutes, I'll let you to just drive wherever you fancy.
So kind of you, Mr. Examiner Man.
I've got a bit of shopping I'd like to do. Oh, we're busy here, yeah.
Not bad. Right, you're in that lane, so you should be going that way.
Should be. Yep. Good. But the position he took helped you as well, didn't it?
Why am I getting so stuck in going to third?
Okay, so focus on how tight you're gripping the lever. There you go, how's that?
How did I know we were going to go out as well?
Again, it's the body language thing, isn't it? You can just sense by the things that they're doing. People travel at the speed limit here, of course, because there's speed cameras.
She looked like she was going to... She nudged a little bit, didn't she?
It's learning to read what's around you, isn't it? That's what makes a good driver. Somebody who makes good decisions. Your decisions are based on what you can see, and sometimes just a feeling about what might happen because you've seen those events before. When we get to the next roundabout, turn to the right, please. So you knew he was coming, didn't you?
There's not a lot I can do, is there?
Not really, not unless you can get under him.
Should we try?
If you went fast enough, you probably could. I'm not sure it would do either of us any good, but again, so it's that sort of stuff. You've worked out what he's going to do based on what you've seen before in life.
Ooh, we were close to that car, wasn't
It was a little. So right at the roundabout, please.
Right, am I in right lane? And then I cut off.
That's it. There you go.
There's that right position?
Well, yeah. It's, and of course you check your shoulder that time. What made you check your shoulder?
Because there were loads of cars all over, going from every direction.
Yep. So the car looked like it could have come. So Good.
Right, so when I were going into right lane then, I stayed in that right lane. Yeah?
And then you came off.
And then I came off.
Just before your exit, yeah.
Right. That's what confuses me a little bit, I think. When I go round a roundabout, which lane should I go in, where I'm going to? Do you know what I mean?
Have a look on the YouTube channel of the roundabout lesson and make clear that up. It's
Right.
I don't think you've got an issue, but in my head.
Well, I'm doubting myself now, though.
Left at the roundabout, please. Yes, you are. And that's, you know, a product of doing what we've done. We've kind of introduced some doubt for you.
Oh my God, straight out.
Wow. There you go. It's unusual. Follow the road ahead of this roundabout, following the signs towards Pontefract, and then we'll continue following the signs towards Pontefract.
Because he's not bloody indicating.
Well, indicating would be a useful thing for them to do, wouldn't it?
It's not as sensitive as the thingy, is it?
That was just different.
But just I'm on about indicating.
So again, we'll keep following the signs towards Pontefract.
Is this the independent driving?
If you well, yeah, it's but nearly, but we're going where I want to go.
Well, no, Bob. Maybe I don't want to go there. I'm only kidding. Do it when people are indicating.
Yeah, it's slightly annoying, isn't it?
Obviously.
Good driver, bad day.
Yeah. You should have done that.
It's interesting we've chosen this lane. What was you thinking there?
There's a zebra lane in there. But you're in
That's
slip
okay.
at middle.
But yeah, once you've selected the lane, I would probably stick with it. So we came in, you went back to the left-hand lane, but then you've chosen to come back to the right. Again, there's technically nothing wrong with it.
What did I do?
So when we came into the roundabout, you selected the left-hand lane. When we came off the roundabout, you then went to the right-hand lane.
That's what my problem is.
But it's not a problem because you've caused nobody any issues. I was just interested to find out what the decision-making process was. So what we can do is we'll go down to the roundabout and then maybe come back up this way and have another look.
I don't know why I did that.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong because both lanes are marked for Pontefract, so it's not an issue. But you just seem to get caught in between.
Is that what I always do?
No.
Oh, God.
It's, you see, you've introduced an element of worry, which is probably perhaps clouding the way you would normally make your judgments. So both lanes are still marked for Pontefract.
Oh, I'd still stay in this lane.
Okay.
But I should have really gone in that lane. But I'm going roundabout.
Well, no, we'll head on towards Pontefract, go up to the one at the racecourse, go round it, come back down, because then we've got another multi-lane roundabout here to play with. So still, these left-hand lanes, both of them are still marked for Pontiac. It'll eventually go down to one lane, so at some point you'll need to work your way back. But you've got plenty of time to plan that.
Come on, let me.
There you go. Just like that.
Jesus Christ.
That is bright. So go all the way up to the red button.
So would you, if that were in my test, you would just stay in the left lane? Because I have done before, I don't know why I've changed my decision there. I think it was just because I knew I'd done wrong somewhere there, and that's why I've changed what I would have normally have done.
Yeah, well, it's. I think what's happened perhaps
And then he said, I'm not saying, not in a bad way, but what speed limit down here is, and I knew it was 40,
Okay.
and I was doing 35. What's wrong in that?
So, what speed are we travelling now?
35.
What would you gain by going faster?
Nothing.
Okay.
Not really.
Oh, is the car
Close the
ahead?
gap, yeah, I'll close the gap.
But is the car ahead getting away from you? Or is the gap staying the same?
Staying the same.
If he's getting away from you, you're not making the same progress as other people. You're not making normal progress. If the
I
gap's
don't
staying the
understand
same.
how that would be an issue because it's 35 in a 40 zone.
Well, yes, so you're supposed to go within the speed limit.
If everybody else were going 70 mile an hour, then
No.
I should be going 70 mile an hour.
With the flow of the traffic, as long as you're not breaking the law. So we'll go all the way around the roundabout and back down. Situation like this, the gap is staying the same, so you've allowed yourself a bigger gap. If that gap's widening, you're not moving with the flow. So we'll go all the way around and back down this road. So that's the point where Steve's kind of making here. That you perhaps could have closed up a little. But the question I would sort of ask myself, and the question that I'll ask you the same thing, is what you've done there safe or unsafe? Have you impeded anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Would there be anything gained in that circumstance from going to 40?
No.
Then you're probably alright. So on the last roundabout when we came off, as we've come round, 2 lanes as we come off,
I should have stayed in the left one.
either one's okay because they're both marked to do that. But can you think of any disadvantages of being in the right hand lane?
Someone were going that way.
Yeah, somebody might decide to chop you up. So we generally say, and the reason that we say it is because we're the only people travelling in the speed limit. If you've got a choice, probably go with the leftmost one.
Yeah.
But either lane is okay as long as you make your way back safely. So there's no right or wrong there. I think we're just sometimes we get ourselves so we can defend our position if we need to, if that makes sense. So we'll follow the work. I'll start that again. Follow the road towards Outletters in the X gap. Why can't I say that? Yeah, that'd be easier to say, wouldn't it?
It's not free part no more. It's been ages since it's not been free part.
So anyway, go where you want.
Oh, thanks. Should we go shopping?
I'm not a fan of shopping.
Would I fail for that?
No. Turn the road to the right.
It's really warm in here, Bob.
Well, it's that sun, isn't it? So put a little bit of cool air on.
Yes, please. Same again. Where am I going?
To the right of the roundabout.
indicating?
Left. I was just going to ask you that. Left of the roundabout.
Left.
Yes, please.
Why did I change to first? I could have just stayed in second. What? Should I not have done that?
No, that's good. Well done. What else could you have done? You were really faced with a choice, mate.
Not really, because it was going quite quick.
And again, we'll follow the signs towards Pontefract. This time, go with your gut feeling. Just do what you think's right. In other words, just do what you would normally do.
If they weren't all going that way, they were just all going round.
It's 9 cars in a row, and none of them indicate. 10.
No. I mean, it makes obvious when they're in that way,
Yeah.
but when they're not.
Yep, sometimes it's difficult to tell, isn't it? I will just continue following the signs to Pontefract. How was that?
Alright. I don't know why I indicated over earlier. I'm going to indicate crazy on my mock test. But today I'm not.
You appear to have a thing about it today. Never had a thing about it before, have we? What do you suppose that's about?
Because I'm thinking of everything I'm doing wrong and I shouldn't. I should just do what I'm...
So, how do you think you might manage that?
I don't know, Bob.
How about, here's an interesting concept for you, how about you think of nothing? Seems a daft thing to say, doesn't it?
Just think of absolutely nothing.
Or, give you something to distract yourself with, something I experimented with yesterday with Nikki, which really worked quite well. Just focus on noticing what's happening with your breathing. Just think about that and no one else. See what happens.
get that, was it?
It's alright. You might just be deciding if that's what you really wanted to do or not. Is that really where I want to go?
Why is he shouting?
Who is?
In behind. Came over, I stopped because I didn't know where he was going because he wasn't indicating. That were a smart thing to do. Was it not?
What do you reckon?
Yes, I do. I'm not even doubting myself this time. What does that mean there? Right there, I put bleep.
Oh, the green one.
Yeah.
The car has decided it's time to change gear. It
What?
drives me nuts. Ignore it.
You know what gear I mean?
I find myself sometimes getting, not annoyed, but a bit sort of peeved, just saying, I'll decide when to change gear, not you. Yeah, all modern cars have this little green, it's for eco driving.
Right.
But it's...
I think I'm in the right gear.
Yeah, I was just going to say, how is the car behaving?
Stay.
Do you think going up a gear would be useful here?
No.
No, I'm
I'm going downhill.
So did you try the little focusing on the breathing there?
Yeah,
Did
when
it
we're
help?
going through.
What did you notice about it?
Just reminded me that I've got cold and it's hard to breathe. But now, God, this car is
How about we give it a quick wash?
shall we?
Yeah. Can you remember how to do that?
What?
The windscreen.
Oh, is it the same?
It is. Oh no, sorry. It's not. Press the end in.
That push.
No, just press it in that way.
What? It's completely different to what I'm used to. It'll stop in a second, won't it?
It will.
Ooh, we got nice clean windows now. If I set them back ones off, I did back it off.
That's alright. Then you're going to do it too, so we'll just keep following the road ahead. Kamikaze pedestrians.
Crazy people. He knew I were a good driver though, didn't he? So he knew I wasn't going to get run over.
That was a leap of faith, then, wasn't it? He doesn't know who you are. You could be a psychopath. Bent on vengeance against humankind.
So that's just on Mondays.
And second row to the left, please. This one's the first. Head of the roundabout and then take the first road to the left after the roundabout.
Say that again. This one.
This one you can.
Sorry, I was just concentrating.
That's alright.
Gear over it. That were a bit of pro, whatever, defensive. Because he could have gone then and I would have stopped, but no.
Gonna whack a bit of proactive defensive on a Thursday morning.
Oh, alright. Do you know what I think will help me? I think I will look at that bit roundabout.
Left at the end of the road, please. Well, I can't do any harm, can it? And then once we're on the new road, I want to find a convenient place to pull over on the left. We'll have a little bit of a review, see how we feel. how it's all worked or not or whatever.
I don't think I'm gonna stop here. Stop a little bit down here. Maybe. Oh yeah. There's enough room.
Yeah, there is. Well, is there? We'll find out in a second. Did you hear a bang? Then there must have been enough room. So, let's work our way back a little as we look at the things that have been kind of on your mind.
Indicating.
Okay.
Positioning road.
How have they been?
Slacking.
Okay. How about the last time we did that roundabout at Escape, coming back this way? How was that?
Oh, that were alright. That was fine.
What was different about that?
Because I wasn't worried about it
Okay.
as much. I wasn't concentrating on what he said to me when I was first time, because it's first time I'd been back there since. Do you know what I mean?
I do. So the mock test's a useful exercise, but it can introduce a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah.
Whereas you've not doubted yourself before.
I've not doubted myself for a couple of lessons now. I've done really well. I'd say I'm a good driver and whatever else. But
So do you
I think it's helped going back.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure about it on the way out. I thought, is it a good idea to go back or not? So I thought, well, I'll just give you the choice. And as it's turned out, it's possibly been a useful experience. How did the breathing thing work for you?
Loads better.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Because I'm not worrying about. Because I can drive now, and I know where to look and where to check them and everything, and what gear to be in and whatever else. And I mean, yes, I said that, but I thought I were in third and I were in first twice. But it just gives you something else to think about. I know it's silly because you shouldn't be thinking of anything else. But
Well, that's exactly it. It gives you something else to think about other than, I hope I don't get this wrong. And it's, the line that we're following along here is, it's all about, if you start putting a lot of emphasis on, oh, I don't make that mistake. It's not just that you worry about, because you then think, oh, if I make that mistake, I'm going to feel awful.
yeah,
Oh, and then this might happen, and then, oh, what about this? And then, oh, and then that'll happen, and that'll happen. And before you know where you're at, your head's all over the place. Whereas if you can just focus on the breathing, or something else to do, might be to talk yourself through what you're doing, or to hum a little tune, or to count backwards from 10. What you're doing is you're distracting yourself from worrying. And you're allowing your natural ability just to drive the car. Because that's inbuilt in you now. You know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why to do it, where to do it, and you know how to do it without actually really thinking about it.
no, yeah.
And I don't know if you can remember back to when we were first starting, I was talking about there's like 4 stages where, unconscious incompetence, where you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing. You then have a go and realise, ooh, this is harder than I thought. So you're now in conscious incompetence. You don't know what you're doing, but now you're aware of it. Then we get to the stage, which is probably, where we were, I don't know, maybe 5-6 weeks ago, where you can do it, but you have to really think about it all the time. And then the bit that we arrived at, it looked like probably about 3 weeks ago, where you're just not even thinking about it anymore, and it just happens. Well, you've just got to allow that to happen. Worrying about stuff interferes with that. So if you give yourself something else to think about, and just like your natural talent, drive the car.
Maybe you should have just said that I'd passed. And then told you that I'd failed, and then you could have worked on that with me. Subconsciously not even knowing, like.
Very good, yes, that's an interesting point. Paul's marked it honestly with what he saw or what he thought.
Oh, no, yeah, God, no, yeah.
And it has given us things to look at. Now, on those same lines, when we came down the traffic lights at the Oriental, as we were going ahead to come up here, you check your right shoulder. Why'd you do that?
Because they can cut in, because it's a 2-lane into one thing. Well, You know what I mean? They
I
do cut in.
Yeah. They shouldn't, but they do. They've all started doing it, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you sensed the danger, so you checked. When we were joining at Ferry Bridge, you checked, moved on. You didn't check your shoulder. Why is that?
They didn't need to.
Because there wasn't a danger, and you knew that. So it's just going with your natural ability. And the way that I'm looking at it these days, I don't think an examiner's going to mark you for that, because you can see you've done what you've done while you've done it.
I just think there's a lot of pressure.
This is one of the things, and in our next sessions, really, what we need to do is to help you to get your mind in the right place. Because that's the most important thing now.
Because it's lovely, everybody's saying I'm going to pass, it's really nice, and I do like the people comment and say, does it help? It makes me think, yeah, it's not only me that thinks I'm a good driver, but then it's like a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, it can create that. But remember that the only people who know when it is you and me.
True.
And I ain't telling anybody.
I just don't want to let anybody down.
Well, so again, that's a...
But I'm not...
It doesn't matter what happens, you're not letting anybody down.
Yeah.
It's an assessment on that day. It'll be what it'll be. If it works, absolutely fantastic. If it doesn't, we'll get it next time. So again, that's an area where we try and, as much as we can, not to pressurise the situation. But that's very easy for me to say. You know, there's you that feels it, but it's just... If you have a look at I think this will probably help you. You know, if you have a look at the roundabout section, but also have a look at the mock test on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And compare what you do to what they do, and it'll just help you to see that, you know, you do know what you're doing.
I'm not all that bad.
No. Well, I feel completely comfortable sat next to you. I never at any point feel under threat. And you know yourself, you know, you don't have to sit with somebody in a car very long before you know whether they're a good driver or not. Some people put you on edge and some people don't. I feel completely at ease when you're driving, because I can see what you're doing and I can see why you're doing it.
Yep.
So have a think about it in between, and think about what you'd like to do on, where are we now? It's Thursday, so we're out again on Monday. Have a think if you want to.
What day? 27th, yeah. No, yeah, I'm not working, that's fine.
Cool. And just have a think about what you'd like to do. Anything you want to work on or not, just some general driving or just whatever, really. So how do you feel about it today? You feel better?
I feel
loads
better now.
Good. That's the most important thing.
I feel loads better. It's doing it again, I think, knowing now. Because I don't think I went that bad anyway, but doing it again, we're alright, we're better. It's made me feel more confident.
There's a part of me that's starting to think about the mock testing, that maybe it isn't such a good idea. I've always done it, always. For 25 years I've done it. You start to think, because it can introduce all manner of doubt.
Yeah.
But
then it's a good experience to have.
Yes, it is. You now know exactly how it's going to feel.
Now I know what it's going to be like.
Do you want to take yourself home from here?
I will.
Go where you want to go now. I assume you want to go home.
What?
That was a near miss there ahead of us.
Oh, him. Why do I always say him? I was automatically assuming that everybody's
terribly judgmental of you.
It is.
And I think you should probably go home and sit on the naughty step and think about what you've said. It generally is lads though, isn't it? Yeah. I was the same when I was 17. I was a pillock. Something about being 17 that makes you think you're invincible. Plus we think girls like to see us drive like that. And the reality is they don't, do they? They're just sitting in the back thinking, well, you pillock. I don't think there's been a girl yet on the planet who's thought, ooh, he's driving like a pillock, I really want to go out with him.
No, don't think so.
Although I was convinced that was the case when I was 17.
Do you know what I'm doing in my car at the minute? Putting gems all around my mirror. Looks good. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Just gems, just tiny little gems.
So is that like a majazzle?
So, yeah. Oh my god! You're so cool, you, Bob. You know everything.
Yeah. Oh, proper cool. Made me 70 sunglasses. There we go.
Come on, he'll start properly. It's so much easier to start in this car, I love it.
It has tons of power. That's the thing. It's a 1.6 sport. So. But it also has the hill start assist, so that when you bring the clutch up with the bike, it revs the engine. That's interesting.
Oh no! Should have gone that way, swear. I know it's a diversion, but in case anything's all parking up there, no.
They don't ever seem to be doing any work on that.
Do you know what? It's a waste. I don't know what apparently aren't they making it thingy wider for buses or something.
Ah, okay. But I never see anybody doing any work. There's that hard cat again. Come on. Was that on your lesson or was that on Nicky's where the cat just walked out across in the front of the road and sat in front
There's
of
been
us?
few cats that's walked out on us.
Yeah, they're all hard, around here. Hard cats. Somebody's pitched your parking spot.
I know, I'm not reversing case.
Makes it absolutely perfect. Okay, so, do some reflection, have a think about how it's gone, what you want to do. And I'll see you on Monday morning.
11, 10.
11 o'clock, is that alright?
Yep, brilliant. Thank
Cool.
you very much, Bob.